Hey YouTube, Jenn here. You may have noticed that I just changed the channel name. I started this channel as Lyme to Go because I intended on sharing lots of tips on how I travel with Lyme disease. I'm a house sitter right now. I'm always traveling around and packing up my medicine and making like bulk foods, and I was like, I can share these tips with people. It'll really help. But it turns out I don't really have that many tips, you guys. And there's so many people on YouTube that have way better tips. So I'm just going to shift the conversation to something that I think will truly, truly help more people. I want to share my practice of cultivating gratitude. So this has been really big for me because I went through a really rough patch where I guess it's called disassociation, where I just didn't feel really much of anything, right? I was super sick. I could barely make it from my bed to the bathroom, and I was having terrible reactions to all kinds of stuff, all kinds of foods. And it was my birthday in 2015, and my friend asked me, what is the one thing that you look forward to every day? What's your daily joy? And I just stood there tongue-tied. I could not give her a single thing. I couldn't even come up with one thing. And it's astonishing because if she hadn't asked me that, how long would it have taken me to realize that I just wasn't feeling? I didn't even notice because I was so wrapped up in the diagnosis of Lyme disease and researching and learning all of this terrible things that can happen to you that I did not even check in with myself to see what was actually happening. I was just a mess. And so she asked me this question, and I wrote this post at 4 o'clock in the morning that I'm just going to share with you guys. Last night I was asked, what's the one thing you look forward to every day? What's your daily joy? That shouldn't be a hard question. My middle name is literally Joy. But I just stood there unable to think of a single thing. Sure, there are things I do daily that take the edge off these unbearable symptoms I feel every day, but nothing that brings me anything remotely close to feeling joyful. In fact, now that I think of it, I find all the things I used to turn to for a little joy only bring pain and more depression. Chocolate, hot baths, reading, doing yoga, dancing, hiking, when all else failed, a stiff cocktail or two. Suddenly I find myself in a body that feels constantly exhausted and dizzy, gets nauseous with every snack, has violent reactions to sugar, a brain that can't focus long enough to get lost in books or movies. Yoga suddenly brings up emotions that I've never had to deal with before. Hot baths bring worse symptoms and extreme exhaustion, and I think a cocktail would cause so much pain in my stomach I would literally just drop dead. So where's my joy? Well, I don't know, and that's okay. Instead of joy, I'll settle for the gratitude I feel for all the little things that I used to take for granted every single day. Why am I sharing this with you? Well, I don't know that either, but maybe I wanted to remind you to be grateful for those little joys throughout the day. You never know when they can be ripped away from you. I do know that life can change so incredibly fast, faster than you can possibly prepare for. All we can do is adapt and accept the changes as quickly as possible, cultivate gratitude, and try to smile through the pain and confusion. This morning I'm raising my glass of veggie juice to you, to gratitude, to all the little joys, to another year full of unknowns and challenges. Good or bad, I know we will get through them and thrive. And ever since that day, I have been waking up, doing meditations, and writing down 5 things that I am grateful for. Before I look at my phone, before I read anything, before I let any outside influences in, I am putting that mindset out there that I am seeking gratitude. And it has done wonders for me. Wherever I've felt lack in my life, I have sought out the gratitude for the last couple years. And I invite you guys to start doing this. I really think this has been a big part in my healing. Like, our mind has so much power over our cells. We can actually rewrite the neuron connections in our brain to start seeking out the good and start seeing the good in things. Because when you're constantly logging symptoms, you're looking at the latest research, you're getting wrapped up in other people's stories and trying to fight the good political fight, getting stressed out, you are training your brain to start seeing the bad. Like, you're just going to keep seeing bad and lack. Like, if you're focused on lack, you get more lack. If you focus on gratitude, you get more things to be grateful for. It's really incredible. So it's a practice. It's hard. I'm not going to lie. Like, I'm not 100% here. And that's why I'm changing the name of the channel, and I'm going to share with you guys my struggles as I just stay grateful through this health battle, you know. And I really truly believe that I can heal from this. And so that's what I'm going to do. In addition to writing 5 things that I'm grateful for every single morning, I have also written down lists of things that I'm grateful for because of my chronic illness. Things that I would never ever have in a million years because of this disease. Now, I got here because I was ignoring my body. I got a huge slap in the face in 2015 when I became bedridden with illness, because I was always just go, 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 go. I never listened to my body. So this has also shown me this whole new world of people, the most compassionate, heart-centered, strong, badass people that I would never have met without this disease. It's given me strength beyond what I could ever imagine, which sounds ridiculous because I'm literally 100 pounds soaking wet and tired all the time. But I know that I'm going to get through whatever life can throw at me now. I'm pretty much unstoppable. It's also shown me what a people pleaser I was. I was always so focused on everyone else around me. You know, I always put my self-care last, and it's taught me to start filling my own bucket first and like putting my self-care first, because I can't help other people the way I want to if I'm not functioning at 100%. So it's also taught me to start focusing on the good things. Like I said, just rewriting those pathways in your brain to find the good in every little thing. I have this new perspective that I never would have without this disease. So that's it. Those are my tips for today. And I'm not saying, you know, like, be realistic, you guys, but also be hopeful. Like, don't lose that hope. And Don't get wrapped up in everybody's stories. You can create your own future. Like you have so much power over yourselves. So I invite you guys to write a list of the things that you're grateful for that you wouldn't have without your chronic illness. And share them. Share them on YouTube. Share them in the comments, or let me know what you guys are grateful for. And I will be back with another video soon. So please hit subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. Stay grateful, you guys.